Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from CARBINOX. This is the Lux Black rugged smartwatch that you can pick up at their website, and I'll have that link in the description below. It will be an affiliate link, so it will support my channel, and I'll also have a coupon code so that you can get a little bit off of this as well. Now this retails for about $89, so it's not insanely expensive, and it's got a lot of features that we're going to go over here in this review. So if you're looking for a rugged smartwatch, if you're an outdoors type person, or you work in an industry, maybe mechanic or something like that, that you're going to need a rough and tough smartwatch that can take a beating, then you might want to check this one out. Now we're going to dig into it now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is everything that you get once you get it out of the box. You are going to get a bunch of different things, including a charge cable, which is a USB to a dual pogo pin magnetic cable. It is a proprietary cable, so do not lose that. You can plug it into anything that has USB, either a wall adapter to USB or just your USB on your laptop or your PC to charge it. Now this touts up to 50 days it's standby and up to 10 to 15 days of usage, depending on what settings you have. Now you can kill this thing in less than 10 days if you have your heart rate constantly being monitored, things like that. I'll go through some of the settings when we get to that point in the review. Here is a nice user manual, and they also include a screen protector, so if you do want to throw a screen protector on here, you can. Checking through the user manual, it is written in English. It's well laid out. It shows you how to get everything started. You're going to want to get this app. It's called DaFit, and you can get it for iOS or Android, and it shows you pretty much all of the functions that you can go through with the Lux Black. Now they have a bunch of different smartwatches on their site, and some of them have different functions than this one, so hold on to this just in case you need to reference it. Okay, so let's take a look at the watch itself, of course, and we're going to take off the manufacturer's screen protector. You can see that it is water resistant. They do rate it as 3 ATM waterproof, so it does have a 3 ATM deep waterproof level, suitable for more environments like swimming and stuff like that. We're going to dunk it in water. We're going to beat it up a little bit just to see how that'll work. You get two buttons on here. The top right is a power, and the bottom is right is a back button. They do include, of course, a band with this. This is actually a fairly nice band, nice and soft, doesn't irritate my skin as I was using it. So overall, the band is pretty nice as well, and I'm sure you can probably change it up with another band if you want to. Now this has a 1.7 inch TFT 280 by 320 screen resolution on this, so it's a TFT display, not an OLED display, of course. You get your charge port on the back, and again, you'll just be able to magnetically charge this. You just have to make sure that it goes in the right direction. It will only attach in one direction, so you can't really mess it up. And on the bottom, of course, we've got our sensors for our SpO2, our heart rate, and our blood pressure, because this actually does blood pressure as well. So holding this to power it on, it powers on very quickly. That's the first thing that I wanted to note on this. And you can see that the screen itself is very bright. If we swipe to the right, we're going to get step counters, our sleep, measuring our heart rate, and then we'll get some more stuff here as well as blood pressure, and a few others as well. But this is a really nice screen for a TFT screen, and it does get bright enough that I don't have problems viewing it outside. Now you can also see that we have exercises here we can start, our blood pressure, our SpO2 or blood oxygen level, which is actually pretty nice. And I compared this to a few other sources, such as some fingertip SpO2s and my Galaxy Watch, and it was within a percentage point. So that is definitely a good thing. Weather, when you are connected to your phone, you'll get that. And of course, you have a remote shutter as well as a remote control for your music on your phone. So once that's hooked up, and I will show you how to pair that, and we'll go over the Fit app, and you guys will be able to see that as well. So overall, it's pretty nice. You've got some stock watch faces here. You can swipe through and pretty much select what you want. So you do get some stock ones, but once we hook this up to the app, you literally have choices of hundreds and hundreds of them. So we'll check that out in a second. Swiping all the way over to the left, you've got pretty much options for everything here. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Again, if you just want to kind of switch up and change your watch face, it's super easy like that. No problems whatsoever. Now, swiping down, which I can't do for some reason behind, brings our little kind of a notification center here. You've got your Bluetooth on, your vibration on, your brightness slider. Now, this is only at half bright, but when you go all the way to the top, it gets plenty bright. So outdoor brightness is not going to be a problem. You also have a theater mode here. This will turn off the vibration and turn the brightness down. If you need to use that, you can. Then we have a flashlight as well, which is actually pretty cool in case you need that. So there's a built-in flashlight, and tapping it turns it on or off. And then we have our weather down at the bottom. Once we get everything hooked up, you'll be able to see that. So that's kind of just a quick overview here with all of these things. You can do a stopwatch at the top here. You can launch pretty much everything from stopwatch to heart rate, SpO2, exercising, and breathing. This is a kind of a mindfulness setup that they have here. So if you're somebody that's into mindfulness, you can do these breathing exercises as well. Yet another little cool thing that's integrated into this and actually extends the usability of the watch. Okay, so let's look at the Fit app, and again, you can get this by scanning the QR code on the box, or you can scan the one that's in the user manual. It'll take you either to the store for iOS or the store for Android, and you will get your app. So once you launch the app, you can add a device here, and it's going to have some limited stuff here that's just in the beginning, depending on what you're adding. So let's add this device. Once it's on and ready to go, it'll show up in a list here as the C16, and it'll have a unique number for your device. Now, once you click on it, it's automatically paired that quickly. It is Bluetooth 5.0, so you don't have to worry about waiting for anything. The app is already there, and as you can see, it's already added in a few things at the bottom, like heart rate now. We also have blood pressure, blood oxygen, outdoor running, and a lot of other things here, which we'll need to go over in the app. We can also see a few things like watch faces, notifications, your battery level at the top here, of course, setting alarms, your shutter. If you want the watch to take pictures, it will do that as well. So we can now wait until this is ready to go, and we can click this and it will take a photo. It actually timed out on me, so let me do it one more time. And there you go. It'll have a little countdown of 3 seconds, and then it will take a photo for you. So that is great. We do have some other settings in here and an upgrade setting as well, just to check and see if there's any firmware that needs to be upgraded. You do have your time format, can be 12-hour or 24-hour if you so choose it. You do have a find device at the top. You can have imperial or metric depending on where you live. You can set do not disturb if you want. You can have a reminder to move if you want to. You can set continuous heart rate at either 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, meaning it will take your heart rate every 10 minutes, say, and that way you can keep track of it throughout the day. Now this will, of course, eat up more battery because every 10 minutes it's going to take your heart rate. You can control your phone music from here, and you do need to give it notification access. So go in and give Fit your notification access, and then you'll be good to go with that. Now we do have a bunch of languages in here as well, so if English is not your first language, you can add that. And auto lock, this is why it keeps timing out on me every 5 seconds. I think that's a little too quick, so I think I'm gonna now put it on 20 seconds or so. And again, that will eat up a little bit more battery, but the shake to wake type deal, or move your arm to wake up, works really, really well. So I don't have any problems with that. You can also reset it here. Your quick view can be enabled. Drinking water reminder. This one's actually really cool because I need to drink more water. Of course, weather can be in Celsius or Fahrenheit. And then you can put your city in. And then, of course, now you'll get updated weather based on your location. Now I'm near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so I'm going to put in Philadelphia here, and that is where I'll get my weather from. You also have a reminder for cycles, so if you're a woman and you need to track your cycles, you can do that as well. Now when you hit find device, it will vibrate so that you can locate the actual device. Now, interestingly enough, this doesn't have any sound. It only has vibration, so you're not going to get any sound out of this particular watch. Some people might find that great, some people might not, but it is what it is. You can also set alarms, and of course in notifications, you're at least going to want your phone and messages on, so you're going to have to allow your contacts and call logs for the phone. And then of course your messages is going to ask you for SMS, but if you want to do Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp or Skype or even other ones, they do have a section at the bottom where you can add other ones as well, so that's pretty cool and easy to do. So no problems, you can actually configure that if you want to add other notifications other than what they have. Okay, so let's quickly talk watch faces. Now I did mention that you'd get your built-in watch faces here, but they have a watch face store, I would say, but you don't have to pay for any of them. But you do have your default downloaded watch faces. You can quick and easily switch between any of these that you would like, and a few of them, or at least this one, is editable, so you can edit it and move things around. You can change the color, text color, the time position, whether it's at the top or the bottom, and you can select a picture as your background. So this is kind of like an editable setup that you can do, which is actually pretty nice. And then what we also have, once it saves it, you'll notice now that it is set to the bottom like I set it, so that's pretty cool. Now if I want to download more, and I think that this is pretty insane, it says more watch faces at the bottom here. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of pre-made watch faces by number for this device, and it just continues to go on and on and on. When I say hundreds or even literally thousands, there are hundreds or thousands. So say you find one that you like. I kind of like this one. It's a hand with a diamond. If anybody's into cryptocurrency, a diamond hand watch face looks kind of cool. So I'm going to add this. Now it'll take a little while to download the watch face resource file. And the reason being is because it has to actually transmit it via Bluetooth, and Bluetooth is very slow as far as that goes. So we'll speed it up real quick. And there I go. I've got my diamond hand set up here, and it's pretty easy. And like I said, once it's downloaded, it's pretty much instant. So customization on this is pretty sweet with all of these watch faces. So overall, I'm really impressed with how many watch faces you can use with the Fit app. Now, you also can integrate this with Google Fit. So if you're a Google Fit user, you can do that. And if you're on iOS, I'm assuming that you'll be able to integrate with Apple Health. So you can set your step goal here, and you can go into your profile as well and set up everything in your profile, such as your height and weight and gender and all that fun stuff as well. So overall, just a really nice setup here. I'm going to put in some metrics by wearing this for a little while, and then I'll be right back to show you, and we'll torture test this guy a little bit to see how durable it actually is. Okay, so now that I've had this on for about 6 hours or so, I charged it up a little bit. Now that I'm connected, I've got my weather here, and it will, of course, appear in the widget as well. So let's take a look at what has been populated here in the app as well, so we can take a look at some of the things that this does well as far as the app goes, and the communication between the app and the watch, of course. Again, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this. It's got a lot of nice features to it, and when we put it on, because I will do some real-time testing real quickly for you, I just want to show you how well this picks up. Now, I did match this against my Galaxy Watch 4, and it came to within a point here or there on a lot of measurements, steps being one of them. It was a little bit off on the steps compared to my Galaxy Watch 4, but not so much that it really will mess up my metric. You can also track steps by week and by month. You do have sleep tracking on here. I have not tested that. That's probably the only thing I haven't tested, but I need to. Because I need to get some better sleep. Now, heart rate here is interesting. You can manually take heart rates. I had one at 72 and then one at 70. And what will happen here is you can actually measure right from the app, so you don't even have to touch the watch if you don't want to. So if you're using your phone, you just want to quickly check your heart rate, you can do that, and you can do that with most of the things in here like SpO2 and blood pressure. Those things will all work just fine. So you can see that right now, since I've been talking and stuff like that, I'm about 82, and then for some reason it jumped up to 97. I don't know what was up with that, but it didn't register. Now, as far as the continuous, I've had it on for about 6 hours, and it shows that my average heart rate was 78 over those 6 hours. Now, this is a reading that it was taking this every 10 minutes for 6 hours, and I had a average of 78. Now, blood pressure is another thing. Now, this is where I found it to be a little off compared to my blood pressure cuff. It had me at 134 over 85, and when I measured it, it was 124 over 79, so it was a little off. It overestimates your blood pressure by a little bit. So blood pressure on this one is a little overestimated. But again, you can click this and it will measure your blood pressure. This was 129 over 82. That's closer, but still about 10 points higher on the upper number and a few points higher on the lower number. But overall, take it with a grain of salt as far as the blood pressure goes. Let's take a look at the SpO2, so our blood oxygen. I've taken a bunch of different readings. They've gone anywhere from 95 to about 98. You can see that I've taken those, and I can, of course, take it on the watch as well. Again, when I match this up with my Galaxy Watch 4, it was within 1% every time, or exactly the same. So right now I'm at 96, so my Galaxy Watch will probably say 96, or it may say 97, something like that. Now, you do have outdoor running on here as well, and it does have a GPS module in it, so you can start the running, and it will also have a map. I believe it uses Google Maps. You can see in the bottom right hand corner we've got maps here, and you can map out your run, so that is pretty cool that they have that as the function. So the .fit app works really nicely with a lot of different things here, and there's our Google Maps. Now, I did some free training here. For some reason, it did my heart rate really well, but it didn't do my calories. And then if we go for this walk that I did a walk for about 11 and a half minutes there, and I wasn't walking very fast. I only did about 800 steps. I had my average heart rate at 98 beats per minute there, but it did manage to pick up everything nice and easy. Okay, so now the fun part, we get to beat up this rugged smartwatch to make sure that it works. So I slammed it against the table a bunch of times. This is something that if you were to do with a premium smartwatch, you'd scratch it up pretty easily, but so far I haven't been able to do that. And I'll give you an idea of about how hard I'm hitting this on this table.
Not bad.
Okay, so let's up the ante here and take a 10-pound weight and drop it on the screen and see exactly how much damage this can sustain. I don't think anybody's going to be beating it up with a 10-pound weight. So if it survives this... So looking at it, no cracks on the screen and really no marks on the bezel, and that's a 10-pound weight just kind of smashed right down into it there. So that's not bad at all. Everything seems to work. All the buttons are there. You can see there's really no markings on the housing. I'll definitely give that one a thumbs up. Now this is waterproof, or so they say. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in water and totally submerge it for about 3 or 4 minutes and see how it deals with being totally submerged in water. So I am going to set this up, and I may actually take this out and switch it around so that you guys can see the screen a little bit better, and then we'll fast forward through this and see exactly how it does with the water test. Okay, so it's been in the water for now about 4 minutes, totally submerged. We'll dry it off here, see if it's still working, all functioning, ready to go. So far I've been pretty impressed with how durable this smartwatch is for the price point that they're offering it at. Okay, so our buttons are all still working here. Let's see if I can swipe through everything. Swiping through seems to be working, no problems. I can adjust my brightness. So it seems like it's pretty good to go. Passes my water test as well. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with what CARBINOX has been able to put together here for the sub $100 price point. Just being able to pretty much beat this up, submerge it in water, drop a 10-pound weight on it, and really no markings on the housing and no cracks on the screen or even scratches. So overall, this held up really, really well in my tests. So this is the review of the CARBINOX Lux Black Rugged Smartwatch. Again, you'll have a link in the description below, which is an affiliate link. So if you do decide to go buy anything off of CARBINOX, if you use my link, it will help support the channel. Again, I'll also have a coupon code for 20% off everything on their store. So this was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you have any questions or comments about this watch, please leave them in the comment section below. Remember to like, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do so because that always helps me out. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.